Okay, what you saying, people, and welcome back to another live stream. Now, before we get into this, make sure you follow me on my Telegram channel. I left the link to that in the live chat and in the description below, because I'll be posting a lot of different trading setups throughout the week, and you don't want to be missing out on that. So make sure you go check that out. But like I said, we've got another live stream, so I'm going to talk you through what's happening in the charts and see if we've got any opportunities coming up. So first off, we've got AD USD, and today, well, this morning, you can see we had a big push to the upside there. Looks like AD is very strong. US dollar is quite weak. So yeah, big push to the upside. We did obviously have support here in the market, as you can see. Previous support there, previous support there, previous support. And actually on the daily time frame, you can see how strong this area of the market is. See previous resistance there again. Support there, support there, support there as well. So very strong area in the market. And we're likely to see a bounce from that area. As you can see, we had a very strong push to the upside there with that candle this morning closing at 10 a.m. So yeah, big push to the upside. We do have a trend line that price is coming up to go and test. Again, we could maybe see a bounce of that and price may reverse back to the downside. But then again, the momentum is very much to the upside with this one. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. For me, there's no trades with this one as of yet. It could look to enter here down at the support level. I did give this out on the Telegram channel, but as of yet, big push to the upside. There's no trade for us right now. UUSD, similar thing. You see a push to the upside, not as big as AUDUSD, but still had a big push to the upside. And again, you can see support there in the market. You can see a little bit better on the daily time frame coming for another test of that same area. Again, we could potentially see price continue, but we are at some resistance as we speak right now. As you can see, if I zoom in on the 4 hourly chart, you can see it's got some wicks there, support there again, resistance there, will be time resistance there as well. So we do have some resistance that the price is currently in. So unless we see some big bearish momentum coming back into the market, then we can potentially see this holding. But with that strong bullish candle, it looks like we could be seeing a break of that area. And if you do see a break, obviously this will be turn support now, and potentially could be seeing price climb higher. If I do connect the recent highs of price, you can see we do have a bit of a trend line going through the market here. Initially a test there and a second there. Only 2 tests of this trend line. So again, not the strongest trend line in the market. But if you do break through there, potentially could be seeing price maybe moving to go get a third test of that trend line before reversing back down or continuing higher. So it's depending on what USD wants to do at this level here. For me, if you do get some strong bearish momentum coming back in, we could see potentially this area holding and then maybe a move back to the downside to go and test the support. But if you do remain bullish, again, we can easily see a break of that level on USD and price maybe coming higher to go and test the trend line going through all the way up there. So depending on how we get the next candles closing, but for me, there's no real trade for us on USD. Momentum is definitely to the upside though. USD CHF, this one we had a big push to the downside. As you can see, big bearish candle there coming to the market. As you can see, we did have a little bit of a channel going on, but then price broke out of that area. As you can see, this is the channel going through the market, push the downside, push back up again, push back to the downside, push back up again. Then we found some support here in the market, a little bit of a double bottom going on. As you can see, initial test there, second test there, and then big push to the upside. And again, from there on, we had a nice break of that trend line. But it looks like price is definitely having some pullbacks as you expect. We had a big push up, so you do expect to see some pullbacks in the market. My bias is still to the upside for USDCHF though. From a daily time frame, as you can see, we're definitely at the lows of USDCHF right now. If I go to the weekly as well, you can see where we are. We're definitely at the lows. So I'm definitely expecting a longer move to the upside rather to the downside for this one. So again, from a daily point of view, weekly, and even 4H, I'm still looking for the buys. But however, we are looking bearish now. I'm probably going to be expecting price to continue a little bit further before that comes back into the market there. So that could be an interesting setup in the future. We do have support running through the market there. As you can see, support there again, resistance all there. So that could be a nice place looking to buy back into the market. So we'll be waiting for areas like so. But as of yet, for me, there's no trade there. So going to be moving on from USDCHF. Next we got USD CAD. Again, this one big push to the downside, as you can see here, the morning as well, and yesterday as well, big candle to the downside there. I was saying potentially could be seeing price hold at this level here, as you can see, resistance there, support, resistance, and again you can see price just actually broke through that completely and ignore that level. So for me, it looks like we could be seeing price maybe continue further. Again, we're looking very bearish at this point in time. Looks like US dollar is very weak, as you can see here. We do have support all along this area in the market here. As you can see, support there, support. So potentially you can see price maybe carrying on a little bit more, finding support here and pushing back up. But for me, there's no real clear opportunity for us there. As you can see, if you use the CAD, we're definitely at the lows of the market here. Big uptrend where you do expect to see some counter trend moves. Whether we already had it and price is ready to carry on back to the downside, we don't know. I was looking at this trend line in the market here. As you can see, got the trend line there. We'll just move that level out of the way. So I was looking at this trend line in the market here. As you can see, initially test there, second there, and move to the downside. Again, maybe a bit of false breakouts with those wicks as well. Then you can see we've got another move to the downside there. So for me, if you use the CAD, we are looking bearish on the daily chart and potentially could be seeing another move to the downside. Earlier I was saying, well, this is quite a while ago now, I was saying there was room to the downside when we're at this level. As you can see, we weren't quite at the lows all the way down there for USD CAD, so maybe that's where the daily wants to really go and test the lows down there, give us a double bottom from a daily chart perspective, and then see a move to the upside there. But again, the momentum is definitely to the downside, and for me, I'm going to wait for the market to settle a little bit. Of course, you've got the US elections coming up soon as well. So if you are trading today, probably want to be trading with less position size, or maybe don't even trade at all today, and just wait for the market to settle down after, because of course you do run that risk of the high volatility coming in and just knocking off all your trades. So yeah, just want to be careful of that. And of course, momentum is going to change the outlook of the market as well. So the markets could look different from now until when the elections come in. So there could be different opportunities that we're looking at in the future. So you need to be aware of that. But right now, again, very strong move to the downside. And unless you're not really in any shorts, for me, there is no trades for USD CAD at the moment. I will take a look at AUD/USD again in a second. Let's jump into GBP/USD. This one, another push to the upside. Again, we actually had a test of a daily trend line for this chart here. As you can see, going through the market. Initially a test there, second there, and had our fourth there, as you can see. So initially test there of the trend line, second there, third, initially had a fourth there, as you can see. And from there, we could be seeing another move to the upside. But you have to be aware that we didn't make a higher high in the chart. As you can see, every time we test the trend line, we made a higher high. We started there, then we made another higher high, then we made another higher high, then now we haven't made a higher high. So it does show that the momentum is slowing down of momentum to the upside, and could be seeing a break of this trend line soon, and potentially a move to the down, and carrying a downtrend for us for GBP/USD on the daily chart. So do need to be aware of that. Obviously, it is a trend line, it's going to provide us support. We could be seeing a bounce to the upside, and as you can see, recent price action there on the daily chart and on the 4H as well, we are looking quite bullish. So naturally, you're going to expect price to continue higher. So I was drawing this trend line again yesterday, saying if we get a break of that trend line, we could be seeing it potentially another move to go and test the highs up here for GBP/USD. And it's looking like that is what's going to be happening soon. As you can see, very strong candle there. As long as that momentum continues, you can probably expect price to continue higher. You can wait for some pullbacks in the lower time frames, and then probably look to enter there. Again, you don't want to be buying at the highs, you want to be waiting for price to come back, give you some nice support in the market, and then look to buy it rather than buying after the move's already started. So again, 4H again could be seeing price coming up there again, and if it does that, I will definitely be looking for some sells up here for GBP/USD, as long as we get the right price action in there. Obviously, if you remain bullish, you can expect price just to break through that level and then potentially go and test the highs up here. But if we don't and we get price slowing down and giving us nice bearish price action in this area, I'll definitely be looking for some shorts, looking for the break of that daily trend line there. But for me, GBP/USD looks like it's going up. So again, you could probably look to get in the markets when we get those pullbacks. But as of yet, there's no real opportunity for us there for GBP/USD. Euro GBP. Now this market seems to still be in that corrective pattern. For me, there's no real trade there. Again, like I've been talking about for some time now, we do have this channel in the market. As you can see, we've got our lows, we've got the highs. Again, we're kind of in no man's land. So for me, from a swing trading point of view, there's no real trade for us there. Maybe if you're looking at scalping or day trading, maybe just look to buy from the lows, sell from the highs. But as of yet, from a swing trading point of view, there's no real trade for us, and going to be moving on. But maybe we do have a trend line going through the market here. If I connect the lows of price, as you can see on the daily chart, initially test there, second there, could be seeing a third, then maybe another push to the upside, similar to GBP/USD. So that could be what breaks us out of this chart pattern there. So we're going to be looking for that to happen. And as of yet, there's nothing for us there. We could be seeing another push to the upside to go and test the highs up there, which could be again a nice place to look to sell from a swing trading point of view. But for me, there's no real trade for us there. Euro CHF, this one's looking bullish again. As you can see, this is another one that we gave out on our Telegram channel, and if you haven't followed that, make sure you go check that out. I'll left the link to that in the description and the live chat as well. But I gave this one out on the Telegram channel, and as you can see, we are starting to look bullish again on this one. We do have our trend lines coming to the market like so. I'm probably anticipating a break of this kind of channel that we're in there, of us squeezing into this between these two trend lines, and expecting a break to the upside for this one. Potential price coming all the way there. That's probably the furthest target we can see from a daily point of view. Obviously, from a 4H point of view, we do have a lot of other resistance levels that we'll probably be targeting. As you can see, if we break through that trend line, we immediately got resistance just above us there. Again, we got resistance just here as well. And again, all out there, resistance there. So again, there's multiple places where price could look to find some resistance. But for us, it looks like Euro CHF could be on its way up. Obviously, if we fail to break through this trend line and see price come back down, maybe we could be changing our bias back to the downside. But for me, Euro CHF looks like it's on its way up. So it could be seeing a longer move for that pair. And again, I don't want to be buying the market as it is now. It's already had this move. We'll come up to that trend line as well. So if price pull back, maybe breaks the trend line, finds some support earlier on, you can look to buy the market. But again, the best place to get into the market for this one is definitely at the lows of this trend line down there. And again, the second best place is when the market pulls back to find some support, and then you can look to continue the trade rather than buying at the highs over there. Next, we're going to take a look at AUD/USD because Rashawn wants to have a look at that. So again, for this one, like I said, it's a big push to the upside. I'm not really seeing any opportunity for us. We do have a trend line going through the market, like I've been talking about. Initially test there, second there, third, and could be getting our fourth. Of course, you've got the 200 average on the 4H, not too far away as well. So we could be getting a fourth and seeing price going back down. But from a 4-hourly point of view, again, there's no real trade for us, looking very bullish. Could potentially see price break through that trend line and continue higher. That's still a possibility, as you can see on the hourly as well. Very strong candles to the upside. And again, like I said, the elections are coming in as well later today, so you need to be aware of that. So probably maybe just, again, if you're wanting to trade, again, adjust your position size accordingly. Make sure you're trading with less, and or just wait for the elections to pass and then look for better opportunities further down the road. But yeah, we could be seeing a break of that trend line, which could be giving us buying opportunities in the future when we do those pullbacks. But for me, my bias is probably still to the downside for AUD/USD. Still probably expecting a break of this area here. And when we do, you could probably see a longer move to go and test the 200 average, or maybe test the lows of price all the way down there. So that's still a possibility, and probably what I'm looking for from a longer time frame point of view. But again, we're looking very bullish, and again, don't want to be buying into the market right now. So again, maybe some possible selling opportunities at that trend line, but we're not quite there yet. We need to see what price gives us when we do go and test that area. Next, we've got NZD/USD. Now this one looks like it's still in that channel that I've been talking about. I was in the market for this one, but I've exited my trade. As you can see, we still have that channel in the market. We didn't quite get a test of the lows down here of price. As you can see, initially test there, second there, didn't quite get a third test of price down there. And as you can see, we had another push to the upside. Price found some support in this area in the market. Actually, initially test, push to the upside back there again. a lot of wicks as price failed to break through, then gave us another move to the upside there. And again, very strong move this morning at 10 a.m. of the close of the 4H candle. So again, we're still in this corrective channel here. As long as price stays in this channel, I'm probably still expecting a move to the downside for this one. It'd be nice if price was to come back, maybe give us a double top up here, give us some more bearish price actually come into the market. Could we look at some shorts, or maybe go and test the trend line again for another time, a third time, and then could again look for some shorts there for the USD. But for me, again, no real trade. We're kind of in the middle of this channel. So for me, I'm going to be waiting for price to either come to the highs and give us a test of the upper trend line, or maybe a test of the previous resistance for me to get in the market here. But as of yet, there's no real opportunity for us for NZD USD. Next, we're going to take a look at AUD NZD. I'm going to take a look at USD JPY in a second here. Now for this one, again, big bullish candle there at 10 a.m. this morning. As you can see, very big bullish candle there. You can see on the daily time frame, we're starting to have a move to the upside. For this one, you can see we have a little bit of a channel in the market here, connect the lows. As you can see, it looks like we had a nice trend line going through the market there. Initial test there, second there, third there, and from the third test, we had a move to the upside. So again, we could be seeing a longer move to go and test the highs of this trend line for AUD NZD. As you can see, initial test there, second, third, could be seeing a fourth there. And if you break through this channel, again, we'll probably see a move to go and test the highs up here for AUD NZD. As you can see, big push to the upside. Price fall back down, and probably seeing maybe another push. Again, could be giving us a double top, or see price move a lot further. But for us, AUD NZD is looking very bullish on the 4H time frame. And again, unless we get a big impulsive candle going back to the downside, mirroring that bullish candle, I'm probably still favoring and push the upside for this one. We're looking very bullish. And again, hourly, big push to the upside. Don't want to be buying at the highs here. Wait for price to give you that move back to the downside. And as you can see how AUD NZD moves, we move to the downside, back up again, back to the downside, back up again. There's many chances you'll be able to get into some trades as this goes along. We're very corrective for AUD NZD, as AUD NZD are very similar pairs as well, so they move not the best. As you can see, we do struggle to move in directions here. So again, that does provide some opportunities for the low time frames to get back in the market if you missed the first entry at that trend line down there. So for USD JPY, okay, so USD JPY for this one, I was in a long for this one actually yesterday, but I've just exited my trade. So depending on what time frame for me, from a long-term time frame, USD JPY for me is to the upside. As you can see, we've got support down there, and we've got the trend line going through the market here. So for the long-term daily perspective, I'm expecting a move to the upside. 4H, you can see we already had a little bit of a move to the upside. Actually, let me clear that out a little bit. 4H, you can see we already had a little bit of a move to the upside from the support, but you can see we have been struggling at making that way. So it is a sign that we're running out of steam to the upside, and could be seeing price turn over again. Hourly, again, hourly is not really the clearest chart. If I connect the trend line here, you can see we do have a bit of a trend line in the market. So as you can see, we have a little bit of a channel, again, not the clearest opportunity for us here. So for the hourly chart, short term, again, you've got support along the channel here, support there, support again, third time. So for me, I'll probably say I'm probably leaning more to the bearish side for short term for USD JPY. However, we're at this trend line here, could be seeing a brief move to the upside. Again, potentially find some resistance up there, and then price falling back and breaking through the channel there. So if price does have a move to the upside, we could be seeing a move to this area here. Again, look for some price action there, and you can potentially look for a short back into that trend line, or maybe breaking through the channel. But short term, it's not really clear which way USD JPY wants to go. We could either see a move back up again, or price go and break through that trend line. If we were up here, if price was already up here already, now I'll say short term, yeah, I'll probably be expecting a move to the downside. But here, I'm not really clear with USD JPY, so I'll probably wait for that to play out a little bit more to get a clear opportunity. Potentially, again, we're at the bottom of the channel. Naturally, you do expect another move to the upside, but you can see we are weakening with this trend here, and could potentially see price go and fill the wick of this candle here on the 4H and give us another move to the downside. So again, it's not the clearest opportunity for me to decide whether we could go, but if price was up here, and if you do move up here, I'll probably be a lot more confident on the move to the downside for USD JPY. So I hope that helped. But again, from the longer term time frames, expecting a move to the upside. But again, like you said, we could be having a move to the downside first before the overall move to the upside does happen. And finally, we're going to take a look at NZD CAD. Now, NZD CAD for this one, it looks like we had a test of the upper trend line going for the market here. As you can see, initially test there, second, third there. And every time we had a test of that trend line, you can see we did get a nice move to the downside there. And again, we did have this daily trend line as well. And again, like I've been saying, we've been treating this area over here as a false breakout. So as you can see, every time we've tested the trend line, had a push to the upside, push there, push there, push, push. There we had a breakthrough, which we're treating as a false breakout. As you can see, the next candle just closed right back above that same trend line. So again, we're treating this as an area of support. And you can see in the 4H, we're actually almost at that same area as well. So again, we could be seeing price maybe finding support against that trend line and seeing another move back to the upside. And again, potentially go and test the upper trend line or finally break out to the downside or to the upside. Again, if NZD CAD is not really clear which way NZD CAD wants to break out to. If we break to the upside, again, we do have highs up here where price could potentially reach, which again could be provided nice shorting opportunities on the lower time frames like the 4H or the hourly to take advantage of a swing to the downside. But if we break out of this trend line, the daily trend line, then we see a move to the downside. Again, we do have support all along here where we could potentially see price go to. And again, you can look to get into the markets on the lower time frames as that happens. But for NZD CAD, we haven't quite tested that, so maybe we've still got a bit of room to move to go and really test that trend line and see price continue to the downside. And again, on the hourly, again, you see we do have a bearish trend in the market there. So naturally, you can be expecting that to continue and maybe go and test that trend line properly and then see us resume to the upside. So currently, right now, I'm not in any trades at the moment with the US elections in mind coming later. So I'll probably be looking to get back in the markets after the election has gone and the markets have settled down a little bit, and then look for where we are now, and then probably look for opportunities once the market is settled down. So I won't be looking to take any trades as of yet in the markets. Again, you do have the election later, so make sure you watch out for that, and you don't want to be increasing lot sizes now. You probably want to be doubling down or maybe just sitting out and waiting for the elections to pass. So yeah, we'll be looking at the charts just to see how they get through. You can see you already have a little bit of volatility coming to the market ready before the elections already come in, with a lot of candles making big moves like EURUSD, AUDUSD, USD CAD. So again, watch out for your position sizes, make sure you trade carefully, make sure you protect your capital. But yeah, we'll be watching the different charts, the different pairs. If anyone wants me to look at any pairs, like I've always said, always just put it in the live chat and I'll make sure I'll get back to you and give you some analysis on that chart and say what I think could happen. But yeah, just be looking at the chart, see what happens for different markets, and just seeing how the pairs get on during the live stream. Okay, so going to take a quick look at Euro JPY. Okay, so for this one, again, a big push to the upside we just had recently. We did break through this area of support there on the daily chart, so you need to be aware of that because that will be turn resistance, so potentially could see price come up and then continue to the downside. So again, need to be wary of that. But from a 4-hour point of view, we are looking very bullish and probably could be seeing this continue to the upside for a little bit further. As you can see, you had a big move to the downside there. Do expect some retrace in the market. As you can see, after the big move we had here, we had this whole bullish push to the upside there. So you could be seeing another one similar to that happening here in the market, especially with the strong candle we just had on Euro JPY. On that hourly time frame, again, a big push there. Probably wouldn't want to be getting to the market as we are now. If you've gone to the market earlier, it could be seeing some a nice trade here if you look to hang on to it. Could, again, potentially see price go a little bit higher. We are at some resistance on the 1H time frame, but I am expecting price to eventually go and break through that and probably go a little bit further. So again, could be seeing a nice push to the upside for this one. We do have a bit of a daily trend line going through the market here. As you can see, if we can get the highs of the points, initial test there, second there on the 4-hour chart again. So if this trade was really to kick in, we could be seeing a longer move to go and test that trend line again. But again, you need to be aware of previous areas of resistance in the market. So again, support there, resistance there. And again, you've got support through the market there, will be time resistance as well. So again, you're probably not going to get a clean move to go and test the trend line. But we could be seeing price maybe finding resistance there along the way before it gets to that trend line, if it does get there anyway. But again, starting to look bullish. I'm probably expecting a longer move to the upside, potentially again to go and test previous areas like so, previous areas like that, and previous areas there. So I'm probably expecting this to continue a little bit further as long as we keep up with that bullish momentum on the hourly chart as well. Probably get a nice move to this area at least from an hourly perspective. 4-hour can probably target a little bit further. Again, if you could probably maybe get the best trade possible, probably move to go and test the trend line up there. But yeah, we are looking bullish. Did break that area of support, so again, that's probably the only worry about this market at the moment, because again, strong area of support, we got to move to the upside from that area on the daily chart. So again, that could be easy time resistance and see us push to the downside. But if you do get past that, there's a lot of room to the upside where we could potentially go and test that trend line again for Euro JPY. So yeah, there's a lot of upside potential, but be wary of the resistance not too far away from it. So yeah, I hope that helped. so we're going to take a quick look at Euro JPY. Okay, so for this one, again, like I've been saying, we did break through this daily level in the market here, so you need to be aware of that that area, because essentially that will be acting as resistance now. If you potentially see price find resistance there, have another push to the downside from that same area. But then again, on the flip side, if you do break above this area again, that'll be acting as support, and could be seeing price go and have a test of this trend line. As you can see, a test there, second test there, could be seeing a third test from the lower low we just made there. So that could be happening if you do break above. On the 4-hourly again, you can see very strong candle there to the upside. Just get rid of this level. So on the 4-hourly, you can see very strong candle to the upside there. Again, price is definitely found support in the market there. Could be seeing price continuing to the upside. As you can see, the momentum is definitely towards the upside there, unless we get another big bearish candle just mirroring that same bullish candle and closing back to the lows. I'm probably expecting usually to continue to the upside. And the hourly again, we're looking bullish as well. So again, probably want to be buying into the market now. Currently have some resistance, so we want to be buying into the market now. But if you do get an opportunity in the market, has a pullback, finds support nearby, and gives you another another confirmation that it could be going back up and continue making those higher highs, that could be a nice place to enter the market if you haven't already entered the market as of yet. But on an hourly basis, probably still expecting price to continue to the upside. Again, we do have some resistance there, but I'm still expecting price to go and break that. Again, we do have resistance above here. Again, that's probably the initial target from the hourly time frame. And if you're lucky, you can probably see this trade going a lot further. Like I've been saying, we do have resistance here, so do need to be aware of that in the market. You see support all on there, all-time resistance, so be wary of that. But again, we do have some nice areas up here. As you can see, resistance along there, support there, support there. Looks like the market does get attracted to that level quite well, so you could be seeing a move to go and test that area in the market. And from an hourly time frame again, you can see it's a few pips away. So again, over almost 70 pips away, so that is a really good move. The price was to make that. And of course, if we go and test the trend lines a lot further, that's more of a long-term target there. But from the upside potential, I'll probably say that's where price is probably heading for now, from an hourly and from a 4H perspective, unless of course price just fails to break through that and get strong candles going back down. So you need to be wary of that level there. The daily chart, like we've been saying, previous sorts of resistance, but still probably a bias to the upside for Euro JPY, and probably expecting it to continue. So I hope that helped. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at AUD CHF for this pair. Okay, so I'm going to start with the daily chart and then work my way down to the hourly. Okay, so for this one, again, kind of a corrective push to the downside that we have here. We've got a trend line going for the market here for the daily time frame that we need to be aware of. As you can see here, initial test there, second, third, fourth, fifth. Currently, we're having our sixth test of this trend line. So again, it's definitely a trend line that you need to be aware of from a daily point of view and in the lower charts as well. And again, we do have a bit of a channel going through the market here. So as you can see, we had to push the upside, and from then we've just been slowly making our way to the downside. So naturally, I do expect price to break through this channel to the upside. I do expect to move to the upside. Obviously, we don't know when. We could be getting it now. Obviously, with the elections coming in as well, providing some extra volatility. So we could be seeing that coming in soon. But my bias is a push to the upside for ADCHF, potentially go and test the highs up here. So that's more of a long-term goal for ADCHF. So that's from a daily point of view. For H, for this one, again, you can see, if I just move the trend lines, you can see we had a big push to the upside recently. We did give this trade out on our Telegram channel when we were here in the market here. We gave this out as a long trade, and as you can see, we had a nice push to the upside. But for now, we definitely are at some resistance. As you can see here, push the upside, back down again, back push the upside. So probably could be seeing another move to the downside since we are at that daily trend line, and you need to be aware of that. Unless obviously if the momentum continues and we see another bullish candle, probably just taking out the highs over here and closing above here on the 4H, then we'll probably say we do have a break in our hands. And then again, you want to be getting in the pullbacks, maybe on the 4H when we pull back there on the hourly maybe. But for now, my bias is probably still a move to the downside for ADCHF since we are at that daily trend line. Again, we could potentially see price maybe move to this area of the market here. As you can see, resistance there, maybe finding support there and seeing price continue to the upside. But it does look like ADCHF could be on its way of breaking the trend line soon. But naturally, again, probably expecting a move to the downside first. As you can see from the hourly, a big push to the upside. We're probably expecting some retrace to the downside first. We do have a little bit of a trend line going there through the market. And again, I'll connect the highs here. Again, you can see we do have a little bit of a trend line there as well. So yeah, it's not the clearest chart for me, ADCHF. We do have a little bit of a channel going on. As you can see, I've connected the highs and the lows. We didn't quite test the upper trend line there in the market. As you can see, we've kind of worked out just before it, and that's probably because of the daily trend line coming into play there. But naturally, going to be expecting a move to the downside, potentially to again go and test some previous resistance, turn support, or maybe come back all the way to go and test the lower trend line again, which could be a nice place to buy the market from an hourly time frame. But for me, my bias from an hourly point of view is probably a move to the downside, unless obviously we're going to take up these highs. We clearly found some resistance there, so unless we take out that resistance, my bias is probably to the downside from an hourly point of view. 4H, again, probably see price retrace a little bit, but from a long-term point of view, I'm probably favouring price to continue to the upside and break out that channel that I'm talking about on the daily chart and continue to the upside, potentially going to test the highs all the way up there. So long-term bias is up to the upside, but could be seeing a brief move to the downside on the lower charts before that happens. So again, it's up to you which long-term or short-term you're trying to trade. You're trying to get a few pips in and move to the downside. Then you could look at some shorts on the hourly chart, and again, you want to be potentially targeting either the first level for the market there, or the market there, or maybe the trend line over there if you do get that move, or you're going to be waiting for the pullbacks to try and capture the longer trade in the market. So whether you're a swing trader, a day trader, or a scalper, but for now, hourly again, probably a brief move to the downside first, unless you break through that level, but long term, probably favouring a move to the upside from a 4H and a daily point of view if we do go and break through this trend line finally in the market. But like we said, we're still at that trend line, and naturally do expect a move to the downside because that trend line will act as a resistance. So it could see a push to the downside before inevitably we go and break the trend line to the upside. So yeah, I hope that analysis helped. Okay, so I'm going to look to end the live stream soon, but I'm going to do a quick rundown of the markets to see how they've gotten on since I've last spoke. And then probably look to end the live stream after that. So first, going to start with AUD. So you can still see that this one is still bullish. We had our support all the way down there, and from that area we had a push to the upside from the market there. And as you can see at 10 a.m, that big push to the upside. We're at the 200 average now, so price might be experiencing a little bit of resistance. And of course, you've got the trend line. Sorry, not too far away. I think we've tested it just about. As you can see, initially test there, second, third, and now we're testing it for a fourth time. So potentially either see price hold at that level and get pushed to the downside, or carrying, moving to the upside. Again, we do have a lot of momentum in the chart now, so we could potentially see a break of that trend line and a bigger move to the upside, which could be the case. Or if price suddenly turns bearish and gets some strong price action, saying that it could potentially head back down, then potentially could be an opportunity for price to continue to the downside and go and test this support again. You will go break it, or see price resume back to the upside. But again, it's interesting to see which way price wants to go from that area, and we could be seeing a break and price moving further to the upside for AD USD. EURUSD, similar thing, again pushing to the upside. We've got support down there in the market, push to the upside, a very strong move. And as you can see, price is definitely moving to those higher highs. I did highlight this area in the market here, previous support, now time resistance there. So you can see we were trying to break through that earlier, but so far we're rejecting, and price looks like it's could be looking to close below, well, within that resistance. If it does close above, we could be seeing a break, and again, USD heading higher. But again, we do have about an hour and a half before that candle closes, so it could go and fill the wick and continue further, or pull back and close bearish completely. We won't be sure until the candle closes. But again, just to let you know, the price is in some resistance, so we could be seeing that wick hold and potentially a move to the downside. But if we do see price close bullish, we could be seeing price go further. And again, we do have this trend line up here, not the strongest of trend lines, only two tests of the trend line there, but potentially could be seeing price go higher and potentially go and make its way all the way up there. For USD CAD, this one's still looking a little bit bearish. The current candle is a little bit bullish, but again, the size of the bearish candle tells me that momentum is definitely to the downside for this pair. And again, we potentially could be seeing some opportunity to go long from the support area down here, but for me, the price action is looking very bearish right now, so we don't want to be getting into any longs for this one as of yet. The daily chart, you can see we're kind of moving sideways now, really. We're expecting to see a bigger push to the upside, but you can see we eventually found some resistance there from this trend line. As you can see here, previous high there, next high, and then you see all those wicks and those dojis. So again, found some resistance, push to the downside. So effectively, we've just been moving sideways. We've got our resistance up there and our support down here. So it'll be interesting to see which way price wants to head to from a daily point of view. But 4H, we're still looking bearish, and probably could be seeing that continue. AUDJPY, this one's looking very bullish as well. Again, this was the previous daily support in the market. As you can see, if I drop the daily time frame, as you can see, strong area of support in the market, push the downside, held on the daily chart, push back up, back there again, broke below, and it looks like that could be a false breakout. As you can see, price goes below that area of support, and you can see as today's candle looks like it's going to close back above. So again, this could be just be a false breakout. We can see AUDJPY continue to the upside. Again, we do have a trend line going through the market. We're looking at the recent highs, initial test there, second there. Again, looks like price could be on its way to go and test the trend line up there for AUDJPY, so make sure you keep your eye out for that one. ADCHF, again, I think we've got a trend line going through the market for this one as well. So as you can see here, initial test there, second there, bit of a false breakout there, and looks like we could be seeing price breaking out this trend line as well for ADCHF, and that could be a case of price going much higher for this chart. Is again, saying my analysis for the daily chart, we're probably seeing a move to the upside for this pair, and probably expecting a move to go and test the highs previously made up here. As you can see, resistance there again, could be seeing a move to go and test that resistance again for a third time. As you can see, effectively, we're essentially just ranging really for ADCHF, maybe a bit of a false breakout we had earlier, but we got a support down there, we got resistance up there, and for a long time we've just been moving sideways really. So again, could be seeing another move to the upside to go and test the resistance up there. So again, you watch out for that, and that could be happening now with breaking through that trend line. So that could be the case. Next, Euro GBP, again for this one, not too much happening for me. Again, we're still moving quite correctively. As you can see, a lot of bull candles and bear candles all bundled up there. Again, like we say, we've got a trend line going through the market here, so maybe price is just moving that way to go and test the trend line and then have another push to the upside. That could be the case, and we do have a bit of a channel running through the market. If I look at the highs and the lows of price, as you can see, essentially got a bit of a channel, so maybe if price comes test the lower trend line here, potentially look for some buys there. But as of yet, we're kind of in the middle of nowhere, so there's not really any opportunities for me for this pair as of yet. Let's go and take a look at Euro JPY. Euro JPY still looking bullish, had a big push to the upside during this 4H candle. As you can see, we are rejecting again. I was saying this is an area of resistance, so you need to be aware of that. As you see on the daily time frame, you can see previous support here, the market held for a few days and had a push to the upside. Again, that'll be acting as resistance now. So again, we could be seeing move to the downside from that area. Or if we do close bullish, because we've still got an hour and a half left for this candle to close, you can see price continue a lot further on the 4H time frame. But it could be another opportunity to buy if we do come back down again. Maybe give us a double bottom down here, potentially see price rise again and go and break the daily resistance this time. But for me, this does look like we got a bit of wick rejection there. It'll be interesting to see how we close. If the price is going to fill the wick, then the momentum looks like it could still be bullish and price could still continue higher, potentially go and test the trend line up there. But if we do close with that wick there, could be seeing a move back down, so you need to be aware of that. I'll take a look at USD/JPY now. Okay, so if you're buying USD/JPY, again a bit tricky with this one because we do have support along here, but as you can see, the price action to the upside is not really clean as we probably hoped for. As you can see, we're ranging for a little bit, push the upside, and now we're just kind of moving to the upside slowly. But again, not the clearest of trades here. On the hourly time frame, we've got a bit of a trend line running through the market there. And again, we've got a trend line running through the market here as well. So for me, again, not really clear. From a 4H time frame, if I was in the trade, I'll probably still be holding, expecting a move to the upside. But again, you want to be aware of the elections coming up soon. So maybe you want to be taking your profits if you're in profit right now, and leaving a little bit less money on the table, or maybe just exiting completely, because again, the elections could take this trade either up or down. So you need to be aware of that. But for me, if I was in the trade, I'll probably be holding and just exit before the elections come. Not just before, but give yourself some time before the elections come. But this could look to go up from the 4H, but again, we are experiencing some resistance on the hourly there. As you can see, we've got resistance all the way along here, and a bit of, probably treat those as false breakouts on the hourly there, and there's our resistance there again. So for me, again, it's not really clear. It's a bit of a choppy market from an hourly time frame and 4H as well. So it's unclear which way price wants to go. For me, we could be seeing another push to the downside, but again, I won't be taking my chances there. So I'll probably be taking a profit from USD/JPY if you're in profit, and probably just set the trade how it is with the elections coming up soon. As the USD, this one again still looking bullish here. We've got a trend line going through the market here, and we've got the higher trend line as well. As you can see, there's an upper trend line, there's a lower one. Again, we didn't quite get a test of the lower trend line, but price did have a big push to the upside regardless of that. So again, it could be on our way back to go and test the trend line up here. I'll adjust it now because we did have a false breakout there. So again, we could be seeing price maybe come back to test the resistance again, or maybe going to test the trend line again for a third time and potentially see another move to the downside. For NZD USD, but for me, there's no real clear opportunity. Kind of just in the middle of that channel. Want to be buying at the lows and selling at the highs for this one. So for me, I'm going to let this one go and potentially see if we get an opportunity later on. If maybe we're back up here again, I'll probably be looking for some shorts if we get some nice price action on the 4 hourly time frame. But won't be looking at any NZD USD trades as of yet. And finally, GBP/JPY. This one just had a big push to the upside on the 10 a.m. close there. Again, we did have this trend line drawn in the market here, as you can see, and the upper trend line as well. So again, you've got the highs up there for the 4H time frame, and they've got the lows as well. As you can see, numerous tests of both trend line. And again, from that area, we've seen that push to the upside as price failed to break through this trend line. And again, our natural aim will probably be for price to go and reach the higher time frame, the higher trend line there. Initial test there, second, third, could be seeing a fourth test that trend line. And again, we'll judge price when we get there, whether we can see a break or price reverse and back down again. But for now, again, we're looking very bullish on GBJPY in the 4 hour, and again, going to be expecting price to continue on and potentially go and test the highs up there. So yeah, that's the end of the live stream. I hope you all enjoyed it and found it helpful. Currently, I'm in no trades right now. I'm going to wait for the actions to come, and then again, I'll be looking for opportunities after that. Make sure you trade carefully as well. Make sure you use less position size, or maybe just stop trading for the day just because of the elections coming up later. But I hope you did enjoy the live stream. If you haven't already, make sure you follow me on my Telegram channel. I've left a link to that in the live chat and also the description below. So we're posting a lot of different trading setups throughout the week, and you don't want to be missing out on that, so make sure you go check it out. But thank you for watching. Until the next one, I'll see you later.